People always ask me what camera am I using or what's the best camera if I want to start a YouTube channel. Right now, I'm recording directly into my Sony ZV-E10. This is the audio quality you can hear. You can probably hear that garage opener that's opening outside. You may hear some other things. You probably hear all of this echo that's going on in the room, in the space. And you got to realize that video is 50% audio. So the reality is audio is probably more important. You know, people can forgive less than, stellar video quality, but if you can't understand what I'm saying, then it really kind of defeats the purpose for me to be on camera. This is not a silent movie. I need you to be able to hear me. And so, I don't want you to be so concerned about what the next camera is. As far as I'm concerned, the iPhone 16 is out right now, and that is way more than enough quality to be able to, shoot all the content that you need to shoot, whether you're doing long form content like this, entertainment, edutainment, educational style content, or you're just doing things for shorts. But I really do want you to focus on your audio game. And so we're going to switch to what I think is probably one of the best values you can get right now, which is the Rode PodMic USB if you're trying to start your YouTube journey. So let's switch over to the Rode PodMic USB right now. All right now you're getting a chance to listen to me speak directly on the Rode PodMic USB. So this mic has been out, I want to say, for roughly over a year now, if I'm not mistaken. Most of you are familiar with the original PodMic, which is still a great option. It's XLR only, but Rode decided to say, hey, let's make sure we take one of our flagship creator mics and let's get into the USB game so we can make sure that we're offering the best of both worlds, whether you just have a computer and you just want great audio for, kind of your video calls or FaceTimes, or maybe you're doing a podcast directly from your computer or even your device. Let's go ahead and add USB for that, because we're already helping those who may use XLR. You may be using a setup like I have. You're using actually a Rodecaster Duo, like myself, a Rodecaster Pro 2. You may have the Streamer X, or you may have the original Rodecaster. Nonetheless, I love the fact that they added USB to the Rodecaster mic. Also, I'm trying not to make, noise, so excuse me, but they actually added, it's not internal, but you got this sleeve, which is a pop filter. So the mic is all black, which is super sleek, and you can hear me speaking into it right now. So you get an idea for what that sounds like. idea for what that sounds like versus if I put the pop filter back on. Now you can kind of see what that sounds like as well. And so again, I love the fact they added USB. This definitely helps with travel, because if I do need to go out of town and all I have is my laptop and I need to jump on a call, or I need to record something important, or I actually connect this to my phone as well using specialized cables that I'll actually put down in the description if you need to know what those are, I can still get this high quality from a dynamic microphone. And I want to stress dynamic, because a lot of people just go buy something like the Blue Yeti. As a matter of fact, I have one right here. Just hold on real quick, 1 second. This is probably the most famous mic on YouTube other than the Shure SM7B. And while I'm at it, just as a quick note, you don't talk into the microphone like this. You're actually talking to the microphone at an angle. And this right here, where the blue logo is actually the front of the microphone. All right, so where you can adjust the volume, the mute button, all of that, that's actually the front. So you want to talk into it like this, because the capsules are on the sides. It's not like this, like the dynamic mic I'm talking into. This is not a dynamic microphone. Now the audio quality is stellar. But again, if you're not in quote unquote a studio space or a very quiet space, this will pick up the mouse in your neighbor's apartment that's in the other building. And that's how sensitive the condenser mic is. So you do want a dynamic microphone that is going to reject a lot of the noise that's going on around the microphone and really just going to pick up your voice because you're speaking directly to it. So again, if you guys have been following me on this channel, if you've been following me on Facebook, if you've been following me on Instagram, if you follow me on my fragrance channel, you've seen me use this microphone quite a bit. And I love the fact that the settings I have that are coming out of the Rodecaster Duo Not only am I able to get those settings from the Rodecaster Duo, I can pull in those same settings using the USB because they have the digital processor actually built in the USB. So if I had to plug this up to my computer, I can pull up Rode Central, still pull in those effects, you know, that great, man, what is it called? What is it called? The effects. But y'all know I'm doing this live. Matter of fact, why not just look so I don't get it wrong? You know what I'm saying? Aural Exciter. Yeah, I was about to lose my mind. Aural Exciter and Big Bottom. I wanted to say treble and bass, highs and lows, but I was like, nah, Rode calls it something specifically. But you still get that dynamic processing, you still get that noise gate, you still get the compressor, the de-esser, you get that Aural Exciter, you get all of that so you can make sure that you're creating stellar content. Remember, there's an audience that's assigned to your voice, and they deserve to be able to hear you clearly. So you need to be clear, concise, and consistent. And one of the ways that helps me be clear, concise, and consistent, not just on YouTube, but on every single channel that I show up on, is the Rode PodMic USB.